Today we will discuss some problems here based on equivalence relation. Let capital A be set of all the triangles in a plane. So on this non-empty set means set of all these triangles. They define one relation capital R. How they define? R equal to set of delta 1 comma delta 2 means triangle 1 comma triangle 2 means triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2. Then show that this relation capital R is an equivalence relation. So to prove whether one relation equivalence on one non-empty set capital A, it is enough to show that capital R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So how to verify whether capital R is reflexive or not? Procedure important here. From the non-empty set, one element you have to select. Any random means arbitrary element. So from this arbitrary element, what we have to prove? There is a relation between A comma A. This is the procedure to prove whether capital R is reflexive. See here. First we have to select any one arbitrary element from the capital A. Later what we have to prove? There is a relation between A and itself. Next. Symmetry. To verify symmetry, two arbitrary elements you have to consider from the non-empty set. See. A comma B, two arbitrary elements from the non-empty set A, and also this is also assumption. There is a relation between A comma B, then what we have to prove? B comma A also relation is there, we have to prove. B comma A is also relation is there, we have to prove. Then transitive. To verify transitive, so three elements we have to select from the non-empty set. Here only for reflexive only one element, for symmetric two elements, for the transitive three elements we have to select. How to select these three elements? A comma B belongs to capital R and B comma C also belongs to capital R. Then finally what we have to prove? There is a relation between A comma C. A comma B belongs to capital R, B comma C belongs to capital R. What we have to prove means A comma C also belongs to capital R. So like this we have to verify whether one relation is reflexive or symmetric or transitive. Right. So here relation is capital R equal to delta 1 comma delta 2 means triangle 1 triangle 2. So first we have to understand the definition. Both these two triangles are congruent triangles. Now we have to prove this is the equivalence relation. We have to prove. Means first we have to prove whether capital R is reflexive or not. So from this what we have to take? Let delta be an arbitrary element in capital A we have to assume. So arbitrary element means what we have to prove? A be an arbitrary element from capital A. So A comma A belongs to capital A we have to prove. Means there is a relation between delta and itself we have to prove. Similarly, means in general, means since we know that any triangle if you take, triangle is congruence itself. Any triangle if you take means any triangle which is congruent itself. So triangle is congruent to itself means here. One first triangle is congruent to second triangle means there is a relation between delta 1 and delta 2. So here delta is congruent to itself, nothing but again delta. So from this we can say that delta comma delta belongs to capital R, which is true for every delta belongs to non-empty set capital A. What is non-empty set here? Set of all the triangles. So from this non-empty set, any triangle if you take means this condition holds good. Therefore, capital R is reflexive on capital E. While you are writing conclusions, compulsory on non-empty set, compulsory you have to write. Capital R is reflexive on non-empty set capital E. Then we have to prove whether capital R is symmetric or not. See, what I told symmetric means conditions. Two number means two arbitrary elements from the non-empty set. Here, what are the elements here? Triangles in the non-empty set. So that we have to consider delta 1 comma delta 2 be two arbitrary elements from the non-empty set. And we have to assume one relation. What is the relation? Delta 1 comma delta 2 belongs to capital R. Delta 1 comma delta 2 belongs to capital R means what is the relation here? Delta 1 is congruent to delta 2. Delta 1 is congruent to delta 2. Delta 1 is congruent to delta 2 means can we say delta 2 is also congruent to delta 1? Yes. Delta 1 is congruent to delta 2 means delta 2 also congruent to delta 1. So from this what we can say that there is a relation between delta 2 comma delta 1 means what we assumed here, what we assume in symmetry, there is a relation between delta 1 comma delta 2. What we prove, there is a relation between delta 2 comma delta 1 also. There is a relation. Therefore, capital R is symmetric on capital E. So capital R is reflexive and symmetric. Now we have to verify whether it is transitive or not. Transitive. So for transitive, what I told, three arbitrary elements we have to consider. Let delta 1 comma delta 2 comma delta 3 belongs to non-empty set. And again what we have to assume, there is a relation between delta 1 comma delta 2 and delta 2 comma delta 3. Then what we have to prove, there is a relation between delta 1 comma delta 3 also we have to prove. See here, there is a relation between delta 1 delta 2 means what is the relation? Delta 1 delta 2 relation is that delta 1 is congruent to delta 2. Means delta 1 is congruent to delta 2 and delta 2 is congruent to delta 3. So delta 1 is congruent to delta 2, delta 2 is congruent to delta 3. So clearly we can say that delta 1 is congruent to delta 3. So delta 1 comma delta 3 also there is a relation. Therefore, capital R is transitive on capital E. So capital means capital R is whether it is reflexive and symmetric at the same time transitive. Therefore, capital R is reflexive comma symmetric and trans to on capital E. Therefore, or hence, capital R is an equivalence relation on capital E. So, like that we have to prove capital R is an equivalence relation on given non-empty set. Z will be the set of all integers and one relation capital R on this non-empty set Z, they define A comma B such that A minus B is an even. We have to show that this capital R is an equivalence relation. We have to prove. First, we have to observe whatever the problem it is, what is the given non-empty set. So, given non-empty set means set of all integers. Set of all integers means plus or minus 3, plus or minus 2, 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. This is the non-empty set they given. What is the given relation? Capital R equal to set of order pairs A comma B such that A minus B is an even. So A minus B is an even. So very clear, in every relation only 2 points you have to identify. What is the given non-empty set? What is the relation? So relation between A and B means previously delta 1 delta 2 congruence relation. Here A comma B, which type of relation? A comma B, there is a relation means their difference must be even number. So this point we have to guess first of all. So we have to prove that capital R is an equivalence relation. So to prove this is an equivalence means first we have to verify whether it is reflexive or not. See, what I call reflexive procedure, one arbitrary element we have to assume. Let A be one arbitrary element. In capital E. Now we have to show that A comma A belongs to capital R. So A be one arbitrary element means one random integer we are selecting from Z. This is not A. Integers set. So later we are giving conclusion since A minus A, how much it is? Which is 0. So which is an even number. So 0 is even number means what is the relation? A minus A. See, A minus B even number means A minus B place A is there. So 0 clearly which is an even number. So we can say that there is a relation between A and itself. So A comma A belongs to capital R means we can say that capital R is reflexive relation on integer set. Then we have to verify whether symmetric or not. See. So in symmetric what we have to prove? First we are selecting A comma B two arbitrary integers from Z. And also we have to assume there is a relation between A comma B belongs to capital R. Then what we have to prove? B comma A also belongs to capital R, we have to prove. See, our assumption is there is a relation between A and B, means A B relation is there, A minus B is even number. So A minus B is an even number. So A minus B even number means we can say that B minus A is also an even number. For example, 4 minus 2 nothing but even number. 2 minus 4 nothing but even number. So A minus B even number means B minus A is also even number. See, B minus A is an even number means we can say that B A also belongs to capital R. That is, what we are assuming here, A comma B belongs to capital R. What we proved, B comma A also belongs to capital R. This is true for every A comma B belongs to non-empty set. Therefore, capital R is symmetric relation. Symmetric on non-empty set Z. Now we have to prove whether capital R is transitive or not. We have to discuss transitive relation. See, in transitive, what is the procedure? 3 arbitrary elements from the non-empty set we have to select. How they are 3 now means 3 integers A comma B comma C. What is the procedure? A comma B belongs to capital R and B comma C also belongs to capital R. So according to given relation capital R, if A comma B belongs to capital R means what is the relation? A minus B is even number. So we can write A minus B is an even and B minus C is also even number. So both we are adding A minus B, B minus C. Means A minus B even number, B minus C even number, sum of the two even numbers also even number. So A minus B plus B minus C is also even number. So B minus C also even number means B minus C. So A minus C is an even number. So A minus C even number means we can say that there is a relation between A comma C. See, what is our assumption? A comma B belongs to capital R, B comma C belongs to capital R. What we proved, A comma C also belongs to capital R. So capital R is transitive, means capital R is reflexive, symmetric, at the same time transitive. So capital R is an equivalence relation. Like that we have to prove. Next. Another example. S be the set of all real numbers. S be the set of all real numbers. Let capital S be the set of all real numbers. they define one relation capital R between A comma B such that 1 plus A into B must be greater than 0. See here, relation is A comma B relation is the which type of relation? 1 plus first number means first component and second component product. This sum must be positive. See, 1 plus A into B must be positive. Then only we can say that A comma B belongs to capital R. Suppose 1 plus xy greater than 0, there is a relation between x and y. So we have to prove which is whether it is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, means whether it is equivalence relation or not, we have to prove. So first given relation. So given relation is capital R equal to order pair A comma B such that 1 plus A into B greater than 0. First we will verify whether capital R is reflexive or not. Reflexive or not. So how to prove whether capital R is reflexive or not means let A be an arbitrary element. An arbitrary element in set of in real numbers. Yes. So randomly one real number we selected from the set of all real numbers. Then what we have to prove? A comma A belongs to capital R we have to prove. So how to prove A comma A belongs to capital R means just we are writing one condition, since one plus, can I write A square is greater than 0? Yes. 1 plus square of any real number always positive, positive plus another positive number always positive number. Again this can be written as A square can be written as A into A also greater than 0. What is the relation? 1 plus A into B is greater than 0 means between A and B relation is there. Between A and B. Here also say 1 plus A into B type, it is also greater than 0. So from this A comma A belongs to capital R. This is true for every real number in capital S. Therefore, capital R is reflexive relation. Reflexive relation on set of real numbers. Then, whether it is symmetric or not. Symmetric or not. So this is most important. Here, whether it is symmetric or not, just I am taking one example. -1 comma 0 belongs to capital R. Okay, this is always a symmetric relation. See, how to prove whether capital R is symmetric or not means what is the procedure here? Let A comma B two arbitrary real number from S we have to assume such that A comma B belongs to capital R. See here, our assumption is A comma B belongs to two real numbers we selected. How they are? A comma B belongs to capital R. A comma B belongs to capital R means what is the relation? 1 plus A into B greater than 0. So very clear, 1 plus AB greater than 0 means 1 plus BA also greater than 0. 1 plus BA greater, this is BA means there is a relation between B comma A. There is a relation between B comma A. See, what is our assumption? A comma B belongs to capital R. What we proved? B comma A also belongs to capital R. Therefore, capital R is symmetric relation. Then, whether this relation is transitive or not, we have to prove. So for transitive, which is not a transitive, first of all, why this is not a transitive? Just I will give an example. There is a relation between 1 comma 0, because if I want to write 1 plus 1 into 0, how much it is? 1, always positive. So from this we can say that 1 comma 0 belongs to capital R. Then one more relation. 0, 1 plus 0 into minus 1 I am taking. 0 into minus 1 means 0, that is plus 1. So this is 1 plus 0, it is always greater than 0. So from this we can say that 0 comma minus 1 there is a relation. What is the transitive condition? A comma B belongs to capital R, B comma C belongs to capital R. We have to prove that A comma C also belongs to capital R. If A comma C if does not belongs to capital R means capital R is not a transitive relation. Now we take 1 and minus 1. Say here 1 plus, suppose A value 1, B value minus 1 if I take. So how much it is? 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, it is 0, which is not greater than 0. So 0 is not greater than 0 means we can say that there is no relation between 1 comma minus 1. So very clear. Sir, why you are taking only these numbers? If we take other numbers, just I am taking. Many people they will confuse here. This is most important case. You should remember also. In the transitive, many people what they will see. Sir, I am taking 2 comma 3 belongs to capital R and 3 comma 4 belongs to capital R. So we can do 2 comma 4 also belongs to capital R, because 2 comma 3 belongs to capital R means 1 in 1 plus 2 into 3, it will be 7, trivially greater than 0. Here also 1 plus 3 into 4, it will be 13, also greater than 0. So here 7 is greater than 0, 13 is greater than 0, then 2 comma 4, 1 plus 2 into 4, it will be 9. 9 is also greater than 0. So this relation is always transitive relation. Many people they will write, but this is wrong. So only for real numbers it is true. For if you take these also real numbers only, see 1, 0, minus 1. These are also real numbers, but this relation is failed for these real numbers, so that this is clearly not a transitive relation. You remember, whether one relation is a transitive or reflexive or symmetric. So that is true for all the elements in given non-empty set. That is true for all the elements in the given non-empty set. If it is true for only some, it is not true for other elements. Mean trivially that is not transitive or reflexive or symmetric. So that these are the examples are called counter examples. When we should give counter example means if one relation is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive means in that case only counter example you have to give. Counter examples. So previously this relation is not transitive. Why it is not transitive? 1 comma 0 comma minus 1, three real numbers are taken from the non-empty set S of real numbers, such that how they are, there is a relation between 1 comma 0, 0 comma minus 1 belongs to capital R, but there is no relation between 1 comma minus 1 because 1 plus 1 into minus 1 minus 1 which is 0, which is not greater than 0. Therefore, capital R is not transitive on set of real numbers. Therefore, capital R is, or hence, capital R is reflexive, comma, symmetry, but not transitive on set of real numbers. So this capital R is, it is reflexive, symmetric, but not transitive reducible. Let n be the set of all natural numbers. N be the set of all natural numbers and one relation they define, that is set of order pairs A comma B such that A is factor of B, A is factor of B. We have to show that capital R is reflexive, transitive, but not symmetric. We have to prove reflexive, transitive, but not symmetric. We have to prove. See, what is the given relation? Capital R equal to set of order pairs A comma B such that A is factor of B. So in generally A is factor of B means, suppose 2 is factor of 6 means 6 can be written as 2 into some real number, means some integer 3 we have to write. Means 2 is factor of 6 means 6 can be written as 2 into k, where k is some integer we have to write. So this is the relation, means here we have to identify what is the non-empty set of all the natural numbers. You know natural numbers means 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. What is the relation between the two natural numbers? First component is factor of second component. First component is factor of second component. See, first whether it is reflexive or not, we have to prove. How to prove means from the non-empty set, one arbitrary natural number we have taken. So A belongs to one arbitrary natural number. Also, we taken conclusion, since A is factor of itself. Yes, A is factor of itself. 2 is factor of 2 because 2 into 1 can be written as 2. So 2 is factor of 2, 1 is also factor of 2. So A is factor of itself means we can say that A comma A belongs to capital R. This is true for every natural number. Therefore, capital R is reflexive relation on non-empty set. Then, whether this relation is symmetric or not, we have to discuss. Whether this relation is symmetric or not. So, for symmetric, what we have to discuss? Let A, B belongs to two natural numbers. If you write theoretically, answer will be wrong because one counter example I will take. What is the counter examples here? Let 2, 4 belongs to capital R. Yes or no? Yes, this is true. 2, 2 is factor of 4. This is 2 is a factor of 4. But 4 is not, but 4 is not a factor of 2. So 4 is not factor of 2 means so 4, 2 does not belongs to capital R. See, what is our assumption? A, B belongs to capital. This is true. But 4, 2 means B, A does not belongs to capital R. So capital R is, therefore, capital R is not symmetric on natural numbers. Then we have to discuss whether it is a transitive or not. Whether it is transitive relation or not. So whether transitive or not means clearly this is transitive because A, B belongs to capital R. And B, C also belongs to capital R. If you want, I will give one example. 2, 2 is factor of 4. 4 is factor of 8. Clearly, 2 is also factor of 8 we can write. But if you write like this counter example, answer will be wrong. When we should give counter example, if it is not transitive means counter example you have to give. If it is transitive or if it is reflexive or if it is symmetric means theoretical procedure you have to write, means definition. So see here clearly capital R is reflexive. I am not writing any counter examples here because only counter example refers only for one element. But we have to prove for every element. See, for every element in non-empty set we have to prove. So that capital R is reflexive means definition wise you have to write solution. See, capital R is not symmetric means I given counter example. Just we are giving counter, this is not symmetric. So clearly this is the transitive on natural number. So that you should not give counter example. Theoretical procedure you have to follow. See, A, B belongs to capital R means what we can say that A is factor of B and B is a factor of C. Just now I told 2 is the factor of 6 means 2 is factor of 6 means 6 can be written as 2 into K. A is factor of B means B can be written as some A into lambda 1 or K1 I will write, where K is some integer. And B is factor of C means C can be written as B into some K2. K2 is also some integer. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. See here, in transitive, A, B belongs to capital R, B, C belongs to capital R. What we have to prove? There is a relation between A, C. That is, A, C belongs to capital R. We have to prove. Now, from equation 1 you observe. From equation 1, B equal to A is factor of B means B equal to A into K1. From equation 2 I will select. From equation 2, C can be written as B into K2. From equation 1, what is B value? A K1. So A into K1 into K2. So from this, C equal to A into K1 into K2 means some lambda you take, where lambda equal to K1 into K2. Again, how it is C? C can be expressed as the product of two numbers means we can say that A is the factor of C, or A divides C, or C is divisible by A. So from this we can say that A is factor of C. So A is factor of C means we can say that A comma C also belongs to capital R. See, what is our assumption? A comma B belongs to capital R, B comma C belongs to capital R. What we proved? A comma C capital R. So capital R is transitive. Therefore, capital R is reflexive and comma transitive, but not symmetric. Like this we have to prove. But one thing you have to remember, if it is not symmetric or not reflexive or not transitive means a counter example you have to give. If it is reflexive, it is a symmetric. Transitive means theoretical procedure you have to follow. That is most important in these problems.